Let's go through the list here. At number 10, Ryan Braun, among the elite players once again. At number 9, Miguel Sano of the Minnesota Twins. Yasiel Puig of the Dodgers in the top 10, but he is now at number 8. Moving down the list, George Springer of the Astros is at number 7. And in this star-studded field, Nelson Cruz comes in at number 6. At number 5, J.D. Martinez of the Detroit Tigers. We've had veterans, we've had some young guys, now to a rising star. Player expected to move from center field to right field this season. From the Boston Red Sox, it's Mookie Betts. Betts breaking out in Boston last year. He is good enough defensively to play center field. He was at plus 10 defensive runs saved last season. But the Red Sox, as of now, expect to move him to right field to make way for another emerging Boston outfielder, Jackie Bradley Jr. Betts had a .341 on base, slugging .479. This player has dropped one spot from last year, but still in the rare air. Jose Bautista of the Toronto Blue Jays. After back-to-back seasons battling injuries, missing a lot of time, Bautista's now had back-to-back seasons with 155 and 153 games played. That's durability, and that with his power, plate discipline, he is once again among the top players in the game. 40 homers, leading the American League with 110 walks. Time now for the number 2 player in all of baseball in right field. Right fielder averaging over 30 homers a season in his career. Dethroned at the top, though, Giancarlo Stanton of the Miami Marlins. The Miami slugger with another tantalizing season, slugging over 600, coming in with, by far, the best exit velocity in the game, meaning he crushes the ball and everyone else is shooting for second place. The issue is durability. Stanton broke his wrist swinging in late June, needed surgery, did not return, finished with just 74 games played. The good news is he's just going into his age 26 season, and even before he's hit his prime, he is among the best hitters in baseball. Since the start of 2012, he's tied with Paul Goldschmidt for the 5th best weighted runs created plus in the game. Which player does the Shredder have as the number 1 right fielder in the game? Well, who else could it be? If you're looking at it, you know who's number 1. He's broken out. He's a superstar. Bryce Harper of the Washington Nationals. All the promise, all the hype, and last year, Bryce Harper exceeded expectations. Think about that. A high school phenom jumping into the draft as early as possible, and last year in his age 22 season, churns out a mind-blowing .460 on base, slugging a league-leading .649. That type of production at that age is the rare air of the Hall of Fame outfielder. Just to lay it out for you, even with excellent seasons by Mike Trout, Joey Votto, Paul Goldschmidt, Bryce Harper sweeps most every important category offensively. Number 1 in on base, number 1 in slugging, number 1 in weighted runs created plus, and run expectancy. And putting the whole thing together in wins above replacement, also number 1 with a 10-win season. I'll say this, Eric. I was big on Bryce Harper from the first weekend I saw him play. I think it was against the Diamondbacks when he came out. I said, this guy's going to be a Hall of Fame player. And yet, if you said, hey, he's going to do a .460, .650, I would say, that's even better than I thought. That was even better than I thought he would be, and I thought he'd be great.
Well, he's now put himself in the category as being the best player in the game, along with Mike Trout. And in order to be the best player in the game, what do you need? Well, you need an entire toolbox that's full of skills. And let's talk about the arm strength with Bryce Harper. Now, this is not one of his most impressive throws showing off the arm strength. But you know what I love about it? When he first came up, I believe it was his major league debut, he threw a ball against the backstop at Dodger Stadium. He's learned how to control that. He's learned how to play within himself. Defensively, he is much better than I think people even give him credit for. He goes to his left very well. He goes to his right and the gas very well. We know he's not afraid of a wall, but I also feel like he's playing smarter these days. The speed that he has the baseball instincts to go with it. You see Cameron Maybin take a step back a little bit. Immediately he recognizes that, decides, bam, I'm going to go to second. I absolutely love his hustle as much as I love his average, his ability to hit for average, to spray the ball all over the field. Consistent, hard contact, working the big parts of the field. Not afraid to say, oh, okay, you know what? I'm going to take what they're giving me at this point. I get a 93-mile-per-hour sinker down and away, go ahead and throw it over the shortstop's head, and then, of course, the big-time pop. I realize we're coming off of Giancarlo Stanton and some of the other exit velocity show, but here's a 110 exit velocity, 460-some-odd feet. He is an absolute beast.